do it from here? Hey, it's wireless. All right. So we're going to go ahead and close this, start our instructions. If you didn't make it in using the QR code, there will be a URL and game pin on the bottom of the screen that you can still sign in with. I don't like to end sentences with a preposition. Anyway, so we do have 8 other states represented here plus Canada. Raise your hand if you came from out of states or out of states. Look at this. That's awesome. All right. Thank you for joining us. Celebrate Every Connection is our tagline. We really, my whole point of doing this is to reverse COVID's effects, right? Because that was the worst thing that's ever happened to me. The environment, the community that you guys create here is incredible. That's why I love exhausting myself traveling to come and meet you in person because of how kind you are. So thank you for that. This is my family. I've got one of these guys here. Where's Liam? Is he in the room? Back there. He's our trophy maker, so don't bother him if we're behind. It's my fault. We do have 3 different social media channels. Facebook is where we're most active. We've got some Instagram and YouTube content. More to come soon or late. If you have not yet joined your state-specific Facebook group, please do so. We created all 50 plus DC. The whole point of those is anybody who's hosting any in-person events can post in those groups. So you will not see a New York specific event posted in the worldwide group because I want to keep the content relevant to everybody. So if you live close to a border of another state, please join that one as well because there are contests going on pretty much every day of the week around the country, some states more than others, but I appreciate some of my mini tourney hosts. I'll call you out here in a bit. USA Jigsaw Puzzle Association continues to do great work. They are sanctioning this and 57 other events this year for me. Don't look for that to happen next year. I think we've agreed that the Zoom stuff is not ideal for either. So anyway, that may go away next year. I apologize. But we do have, hopefully sometime soon, I'll get the Zoom September contest posted. July has been a beast, and I'm about 3 weeks behind right now. So. Those of you who are hosting a mini tourney or have hosted a mini tourney in the past, please raise your hands so we can clap for you. So I had this crazy idea that maybe we could have a national, I'm going to call it a nationwide contest. So it's kind of, in my mind, a hybrid between my Zoom events, which are accessible worldwide, and these in-person state championships. So it's kind of the go-between. So Melinda, Maud, Gail, did I see Ashley in here? Helped out a lot, thank you. They hosted locally. Everybody did the same 3 puzzles, and we had results, obviously, at each location, but awards given at each location and nationally. So for August 30th, which does happen to be on holiday weekend, we have 29 locations now in 25 states. My goal is to have 40 locations on our November 29th event and all 50 states represented by the end of 26. All competing at the same time on the same puzzles. Sourcing puzzles of those magnitudes may not be possible, so in that case we'll split it up into east, west, or something like that in the future if needed. We found it was very difficult to receive all those puzzles, much less ship them out. The shipping was fine, but waiting on them was awful. But we'll get it better next time. We just finished our first ever speed puzzling cruise last weekend. It was, okay, who's been on a cruise first of all? You enjoyed it, correct? Like it's a cool thing. Okay, imagine that with a bunch of speed puzzlers. It was phenomenal. My wife, who said last time she would never get back on a cruise ship because of her land legs that she had afterwards, as she left this one, she's like, that was so fun. And it's because of, again, y'all, it's the community that you have created. So we are going to Alaska next summer. We will have at least 10 contests. We had 7 on our 4-night cruise. We've got a 7-night cruise with 2 sea days. So we'll have 10 different events. All of these plus different iterations of our relays, etc. So please sign up for that if you can. Yes, it's kind of costly, but everybody I talked to on this one said that it was very worth their money. So please join us next year. We're also going to try to insert a beach cruise in the winter. We just haven't found the right combination of available cabins and conference room space, so we're still working on that. Thanks to our sponsors. We've got 4 today: Boardwalk, Cobble Hill, Masterpieces, and Ravensburger. Appreciate their support and continued support of this community. These are some of the prizes getting paid out today. All of the events today will be prize puzzles instead of gift cards, etc. So, except for the senior junior division, I'll take care of y'all separately based on the quantities. And there are 2 rules. This is obvious, don't start early. All of my volunteers, if you don't mind assembling right over here, Jerry's going to start having you pass out puzzles. These tables 1 and 2 are the only ones getting the junior, senior solo puzzles right here. Everybody else can see those off. It's been very interesting. So we added the senior division this year. In some of our in-person state championships, we've had as many as 9 solo. But for whatever reason, Karen is automatically the champion this year. Second rule, box top holders and sorting trays are always allowed for all events. Box top holders, I see several varieties. It doesn't matter what those are like. The sorting trays, this is already ready. These are limited in size and quantity. So for this 500-piece event, that is the largest you can have, and you may have 2 of them at your table. If you brought more than 2 sorting trays, you must put all but 2 away and only use 2 during this event. Because this is a USA JPA sanctioned event, we are following their guidelines, which means we have to abide by those rules. So thank you for understanding that. We don't allow any additional lighting or table risers, which obviously aren't happening right now, or spatulas or puzzle scoops. You may obviously use your phone as a timer, but you can't use your phone to take a picture of the image and enlarge it, that kind of thing. So no magnifying glasses or whatever. So what you see is what you get. Hopefully that will be sufficient for you. In this case, each of the puzzles is concealed in this poly mailer. You'll notice I do not seal the poly mailer, so it's not like tamper-proof, so it's not hard to get into. We just have a sticker that is holding it closed. So when I count down and say go, you're just going to rip through that sticker and dump the puzzle out. This one is a boardwalk, which means there is no plastic to get through. You just remove the sleeve, it slides off. I had somebody in my last event tear the box apart because they didn't know that it was a sleeve. They just thought it was like a 5-sided box, I guess. So they were just like ripping it up. If you want to keep the sleeve, please just remove it that way. I will give you plenty of time to ask questions. Before we start, I will count down at about this speed. This is not the beginning, so don't do anything. I'll say 3, 2, 1, and then when I say go, that's when the timer starts. So thank you for not getting tricked by that. When you get close to finishing, placing your last piece, please just take a quick glance up to make sure that one of us is watching you finish. We do have enough volunteers to capture at least the first 15, 20 finishers. Once it kind of hits that bell curve, we might be running around the room, so please be patient with us, but we will try to record every finish. So the volunteers are the ones that are going to write your times on the card. They're going to bring the time card up to me. I'm going to record it on the Google Sheets, and then it will be live for you to see the results. You will find the results in the same spreadsheet where you found your table assignments, your registration list, your teammates' names, all that kind of stuff. So it's just the same links down at the kind of the halfway point of that New York 2025 page. The time limit for this event is 2 hours. Not all of you will finish in 2 hours, and that's totally fine. This is certainly for fun, and it's also for some people bragging rights, etc. But if you time out, we ask that you just basically stop puzzling. We will help you count the remaining pieces that you have not placed. For purposes of the rules, it's now 2 attached means assembled. So that's 1 fight, I have 1. It used to be 3, and I think we all agreed that was pretty arbitrary. So as long as you've got 2 attached, that's assembled, we won't deduct that from 500. So it's only the single pieces that are unattached to any other piece that will subtract from 500. That will be your assembled count, and we'll rank you according to that. So obviously the top, however many rankings, will be by fastest time. The results, like I said, are being posted real time as you finish and as the cards get up to me. Please make sure your table card makes it up to the judge's table, or else it will not be in the results, which means it won't be counted, et cetera, et cetera. Here is your poll question. The very next slide is the trivia question, which gives you the opportunity for 3 prizes. 3 people the opportunity for a prize each. Yes, I will right after this before I click the next one. I know we've got quite a few greens in here. Good deal. Wow. Okay, so if this is your first time ever speed puzzling in a competition, please raise your hand. Very nice. So you'll notice you're all clustered at the back of the room. All that means is I have no data to place you in what I consider to be a finishing order. So the table assignments were made based on roughly how I think people will finish. The purpose of that is not to make the front row nervous, but to help the volunteers more efficiently capture finish times, okay? So please, and that's how they do it at Nationals and Worlds stuff. You'll get over it. I'm just joking. We're trying to follow that. Oh, I will ask after this. All right, here is your trivia question. I wonder why that's there. If you've been with me for a while, you know that I always try to give you some kind of clue to what the puzzle might be about. Do not Google it right now. I will be mad at you. All right, Jerry, I'm going to need you to run these coupons out. All right, you do have a way full podium. Good deal. Make sure there's 3 there. All right, so our winners are, actually, let me do this. Raise your hand if you don't have a contest puzzle on your table right now. Okay, we're good there. All right, so let's celebrate our Kahoot winners, and then we'll have time for questions. We're doing great. All right, where is suspense? Tim, right there. Where's Jen? There. Wait a minute, a perfect score? That is so good to you right now. Bill.